Jessica, fancy meeting you here.
I know.
And you have my flip phone.
Well, I was playing Snake. I was getting in the mood for today's hike.
Ah, okay. Well, what do you say we go find some real snakes?
I think that sounds like a great idea.
All right. Can I have my phone back?
I guess.
Hi, I'm Jim Duby, and welcome to the Chuluota Wilderness Area. Today we're going to hike. It's almost 6 miles of trails through a variety of habitats. Let's go.
So, Jim, what does Chuluota mean?
As far as I know, what I've heard, it's an Indian word that means island of trees or island of pines. This is kind of a high area on the low side of the county with some big longleaf pines, so maybe that's where it comes from.
Oh, okay. Hey, Jim, what do all these orange marks on the trees mean?
Those mark the route for the Florida National Scenic Trail. It's about a 1,500-mile long trail. It starts in the Everglades and goes all the way up the peninsula of Florida and all the way extreme west end of the Panhandle.
Wow.
And there are these folks called through hikers that hike it all at once. I think it would be a blast. Are you up for it?
I'll get back to you on that one.
All right.
So, Jim, I noticed the habitat just looks different here.
Habitat. I'm impressed.
I know, my vocabulary has expanded since season 1.
Yeah. So it does look different. This is called sandhill habitat. And really, unfortunately, it's kind of in bad shape for sandhill habitat. You wouldn't have all these sand pines and oak trees growing in here. You'd have these big, stately longleaf pines. And the ground cover would be mostly, this species right here, this is called wire grass. And it's also very adapted to fire. It won't go to seed unless it's burned.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to visit some areas later on where we're doing some restoration, where we've kind of cleared some of this overgrowth out and we've done some burns. And we'll hopefully see much more healthier examples of wiregrass.
Awesome. Whoa, Jim, what is this?
Oh, what is it?
It looks like an antler.
So deer antler or deer horn?
Antler.
Antler. Is there a difference between horns and antlers?
I'm sure there are.
There is.
Okay.
You found this antler laying on the ground.
I did.
So every year, antlers are shed.
Oh, okay.
So the bucks shed their antlers, and then they grow new ones every year.
Ooh, Jim, what kind of cactus is that?
That's a prickly pear cactus.
Wow.
And there's the pears right there.
How cute.
Those are edible.
What do they taste like?
Like prickly pear cactus.
Thank you. I know exactly what they taste like now.
Do cactus have leaves?
They don't.
They do.
They do.
Yeah, the spines are actually the cactus's leaves.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
They've adapted to conserve water and protection. Their leaves have changed into spines, and then that big fleshy part is the stem.
Huh. Fun fact. What's all this fluffy stuff around? It looks like little sponges.
So in the scrub in Florida, it's not uncommon for the forest floor to be carpeted with lichen. Folks call it deer moss because if you look at it really close, it looks like little deer antlers. It's not really a true moss, it's a lichen.
Okay.
Every lichen is a symbiotic relationship, think back to your 7th grade life science, between two organisms. You've got an algae and a fungus, and the algae produces the food, it's a plant, it produces food. The fungus gives it structure. And there's all kinds of lichen. There's the lichen that grows on the ground, lichen on the trees here.
Yeah.
And there's even one, there's a little bit of it right there, and its common name is old man's beard.
Old man's beard.
Yeah.
Well, you'd know about that.
Thanks, Jessica. Jessica, to really experience nature, you have to immerse yourself in it.
What does that mean, Jim?
Are you ready to go into the pond?
I think let's do this.
Jessica, this is called an ephemeral pond. Ephemeral meaning that it doesn't always have water in it.
Okay.
That's really important for certain species of amphibians. There are some newts and some frogs that have to lay their eggs in ephemeral ponds because there's no fish. If there were fish, they would eat up their larvae. They're little tadpoles.
Yeah.
Well,
oh, there's a little guy.
So we do have a little dragonfly nymph, which is a dragonfly larva.
Where's that?
Right here.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that they looked like that.
Yeah.
He's spooky but kind of cute.
Quirky but cute.
Yeah. I'll let you lead the way. I
gotta collect my traps.
Find myself in a hole somewhere.
Well, this is an area that we're doing sandhill restoration. Here's a wiregrass doing much better. It's actually gone to seed because it was burned. Right over here, we have a gopher tortoise burrow.
Aww.
Gopher tortoises like to have their burrow in nice, sunny, open habitat, and they love sandhill habitat. Their burrow becomes a really important refuge for other wildlife. They've recorded over 300 species of animals that will use a tortoise burrow at some point. They're called a keystone species in this habitat.
Well, he doesn't look like he's home.
Keep your eyes open, Jessica. There's sure to be a tortoise around here somewhere.
All right, I'll keep my eyes peeled, Jim.
So Jessica, this is probably not the tortoise that came out of that burrow we just saw. This is just, oh, look, he's coming out of his shell. So this is a little juvenile. He's probably a year or so old. And he's probably got a little burrow around here somewhere, and he's just out grazing. You can see he's got the big front feet, which is what he excavates those burrows with. There he goes, moving on. So he could be out here for another 50, 60, 70 years.
Wow.
Well, Jessica, I think that tortoise had the right idea. I think it's time for us to head on out.
Let's get the shell out of here, Jim. I'm hungry. See you next time.